Hi everybody, welcome to Game of the Day from Round 6 from the third Norway Chess Tournament, coming to you from Stavanger, Norway, land of the endless summer, longest day. And my pick for Game of the Day was a phenomenal win by Vachier-Lagrave over the high-rated French Grandmaster Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. Nice, scintillating Sicilian, just as with a nice Anand flourish, double piece sack. It's got everything. Tricky little rook lifts, has the whole ball of wax. Let's get right to it. Najdorf Sicilian. And I think I mentioned this before, H3, the trendy new anti-Najdorf line, first popularized, I should mention, by the late Bobby Fischer back in the 1950s and 60s, late 50s, early 60s. Notably in Fischer's famous match against Sammy Reshevsky. Okay. And it now takes on characteristics of the Kara's attack of the Scheveningen. So this, by throwing in h6, now black has a permanent weakening of his king side, which could prove problematic later in the middle game. Let's see what happens. So one nice thing about that fianchettoed bishop, it provides cover to the white king. And here Vachier trades on d4. Looks like a sensible move. He wants to quickly generate pressure along the c-file. On attack g7 briefly. Black gets his rook out from under the deadly fire of the bishop on g2 and prepares b7, b5. The knight now maneuvers to the excellent attacking perch g3. And another fine move that ties the bishop to d6. White's building up very impressively. And here Anand plays f5. This last move by Vachier-Lagrave looks a little bit risky. I think he would have been better served by bishop b7, keeping the queen on d8, keeping an eye on White's activity on the king side, to be followed by rook c8. But instead, he played queen c7, and now Anand quickly whips up a powerful attack on the king side, starting with f5. And black now played knight f6. If he plays knight e5, then white answers, threatening knight c4. White simply answers with b3, and suddenly black's confronted with ideas like f5, f6, bishop takes h6, knight f4, h5. So he tries to shore up the king side with knight f6. And Anand continues his relentless build-up with knight g3. Very handy spot for the knight to support a kingside attack. And black's game is already, on account of that queen c7 error, on the critical list. Now he might have considered rook d8 here, planning d6, d5 as a source of counterplay. Then white should consider queen f2, getting the queen out of the line of fire. No, sadly bishop takes h6 is dodgy. Gh, queen takes h6, knight h7 seems to hold comfortably for black. f6, check, and bishop f8. White's on the, suddenly his attack is spoiled. So rook d8 was a better choice, and then white might consider queen f2, planning perhaps g5 later, king h1,